Amanek thinking about the timing. If Naf is coming from behind, so he has to not fit into the gap. Naf right there. He didn't. Oh, now he saw it. He's going to call it in. Amanek still gets a kill. That was down to milliseconds.
Yeah, it really was, but now they're going to pick up the pace. All three defenders for G2 are here, and Jax, it's his time to shine with the AWP, but the repeak, Naf has the angle. That's beautiful. Shock's still at long, which means Lucky has to have some kind of a presence to cause a second front, but they're not going to check this. They're not going to clear it out. No one came from this position, so he goes down. Immediate response from Twist. So important to get that kill, but still a 1 versus 2, and Twist is low. Twist is so low.
Lucky, not able to see anything through the smoke. Still can't see anything. Might not look anything like that on his screen, by the way. They're going to be falling back. They have a Molotov, and that's on Naf. So how is Lucky going to be defusing this bomb? He doesn't have a kit either. This does not seem doable.
He's got to get aggressive if he wants a single chance. Look how far back Twist is playing. He's letting Naf play on his own. This is essentially a one-on-one, and Twist just saying, I'll come in if needed with this low of HP.
Wow. I mean, he did Lucky, that's a lot of damage, but again, Twist out there waiting for him. Lucky now just trying to clean up the remaining player, and he won't be able to. Liquid barely living through that round. Shocks probably could have had that second kill too.
It's fine though. Yeah, he could have. Obviously a great response to trade him off. But Liquid doesn't care how close that rounds get. They have so much money. An easy rebuy. And G2 might want to do a partial investment. Pistols, armor, deagles, CZs, P250s of their own.
Round number 7. And kind of not the start that G2 were hoping for to make up for that Dust 2 overtime loss. Jax really close with the deagle, just wanted a quick flick, but he's not going to be able to pick it up. And now they're weirdly sandwiched in, and they might be kind of ready to take this fight. It seems like that's what they're willing to do anyway. Elige with a couple of kills, even against pistols. It's fine. They'll take it all at this point.
Yeah, well, you mentioned he's going for that, career best event. So when you know it's an eco, and you know it's a save, and there's unarmored opponents, why not get aggressive? Ooh, great shot from Kenny S. That's Stewie. And that actually pulls Elige back towards the action because he wants to make sure Kenny S can't save a weapon.
They're throwing grenades from B to try and hit him with. Elige does go down, so at least momentarily put to a halt. Oh, okay.
Crowd loves it. Crowd on their feet.
They could have been doing that a lot, so I'm glad that Kenny's picking up, a little bit on that.
Still got a long time to save this gun. The bomb has just gone down. It's only halfway through the timer. So many angles to look for from Kenny. Naf coming from this direction. It's all about the timing, and it's not with him. This time, Naf does not desecrate the dead body.
No, he was,
much more gentlemanly-like on Overpass.
A change of setting, maybe. Just put him in a better mood. Still, this is a very good start for Liquid. Probably G2 hoping to win the majority of the rounds here in the first half on the CT side. Get up to like 9 rounds or something like that. That seems like it's a little bit away still, although we haven't seen Kenny really with the AWP have any kind of an impact, so maybe there is something still to look forward to here. Limited grenades on the CT side. Again, struggling a bit with the economy. Oh.
This is very, very passive, very patient for Team Liquid. They know we've just won 5 in a row is what they're saying, and we'll see if G2 is going to try and pull out any tricks to get back into the action, to get back into the winning. With no aggressive plays, no crazy pushes, now they can get into their tactic at about 1 minute and 10 seconds.
And they're going to run into nothing more than a smoke and a Molotov. The smoke is down at the B-bomb site and actually shows the Molotov. So this A-bomb site will really not have a lot to work with, except maybe for that AWP on Kenny. That could be the big tool right now. And actually, yeah, they got a lot of backup up here.
They don't have any smokes to fall back, though.
Yeah.
So they only have the flashbangs for aggression. This needs to be successful, and this is a big risk from Kenny. Very, very big risk.
Yeah, but now he's in a position that they've already cleared Liquid. They must feel like this is safe, and the timing works directly against him. He goes down Hiding in the corner now is Amanek, and they're going to be even shooting through the wall to catch him. He's got no chance at all. Up on the bomb side itself, it shocks, and he would have to pull out more than a miracle right now. 19 seconds. They're going to be coming right through, and he does actually pick up a second kill. That's not bad at all. Lucky's also there to pick up a kill, and now spray battle continues. 10 seconds. Liquid need to be a little bit careful now. Don't want to be running out of time. And the bomb. Oh, Naf. What a hero teammate.
Yeah, those are incredible shots. Great shots to protect Stewie, who is low HP. That's the tough part of that kind of aggression from G2.
Did Kenny walk up onto that little bench that's out there? Like, what was going on when or did he jump?
I think he just missed.
Yeah, but there was some sort of movement that displaced him, and I wasn't really sure. Regardless, I don't know. I like the aggression. If the timing had worked out differently, I think that would have probably won them the round.
Well, you have to appreciate the aggression because they've done it on a lot of different maps on their CT sides, and it's found them, a lot of good stuff, whether it's kills, whether it's information. We saw it on Dust 2 when they pushed the upper B tunnels, got shocks on a very fast flank. He was able to get a free kill out of it. You've seen it, allow them to rotate into better positions. In this round, with dwindling utility, trying to find anything that can give them an edge, and at least putting the game in their star's hand.
What was the map that Amanek disappeared on? Was that Train or Overpass?
Train.
Train, all right. Can't be having any of that. Nobody's being allowed any kind of vacation in grand finals. Okay, it's bad. Good trade. Now, they can't really run down there to pick up any rifles, but...
Twist and Naf have already secured the B bomb site, so Nitro is going to rotate over. We'll see how much G2 wants to dedicate to this. Either way, they need to be talking. They just had a timeout. They need to figure out what they want to do in gun rounds because they're getting trounced. Mentioned earlier in the qualifier for Cologne that G2 is only able to manage 6 rounds on their CT side. It still feels like it's not that many CT rounds, and it feels like they're still so far away.
And you could imagine, again, how mentally some of this is going to also start to just weigh on them. The feeling of now... 7-2, it's not really working out here on map number 2. This is where I think some teams have, a particular kind of player that will, be a little bit more lighthearted, sometimes maybe be a little bit crazy, and it sort of revitalizes the whole team, and especially if one of those players will get like a freaky quad kill or something, and then, it sort of, it shakes people out of that feeling of like, oh, but we're getting beat up here to map 2, we're not doing well. I don't know if G2 have that player right now, but somebody should probably try and be that person.
Well, I don't know if you have like the kind of guy whose like personality is going to kind of diffuse the tension or the pressure of the situation, but at least you have Kenny S, you have Shocks, you have guys who can kind of reverse things just by incredible plays that they can make. And that's what you're hoping for is G2. And look at Liquid's just calling. This is a perfect call. It's a blind call out of spawn. They obviously haven't scouted anything. They're going to hit this B bomb site. It's just Kenny. This is where you would need him to shine. This is where you want him to have one of his moments, but they're already up and wrapped around him so quickly.
Save. Shocks. Oh, he wins that fight. It's part of the aim punch, but I don't know if it makes sense to try and do this. Nitro getting a little bit baited out. Still got a pretty good position, and he's going to be taking down Amanek.
Now you have to save. That flank was maybe the one strength you had, but because Liquid takes that bomb site so easily and so quickly, he's very far back. Keeps a lot of space between himself and that flank. He could have retreated if he ever felt like he was in danger, and G2 have to back away and fight another day. Shocks will be able to drop an AWP. He's got 4,700.
Yeah, by the way, shout out to Chad for showing us exactly the round that G2 were just doing. In the pregame, because that is the kind of aggression that he was talking about, and as you said, Liquid, either they were also watching Chad's segment and thinking, hold on, if they do that round, we're just going to be...
Well, that's what's so wild, is I wonder if that's like a call to kind of try and avoid something along those lines, or if they're just trying to mix things up, but I mean, they called it at the absolute perfect time, and they didn't even spread out across the map to kind of discover any kind of tell. They just went for it right from spawn.
Yeah, because obviously there are different ways that you could do that, but a blind call definitely working out well for them. 8-2 now as Liquid are looking Well, they were looking great already on Dust 2, looking almost unstoppable now. Best of 5, of course, but you don't want to start being down 2-0. That's hard. That's really tricky. How often have we actually seen full comebacks? I think like once or twice or something.
Not very frequently, yeah.
It almost never happens.
I wouldn't know the exact amount.
Somebody will. Peter.
Yeah.
Figure it
so
out.
It's definitely someone from HLTV. Well, Liquid, after that blistering rush towards the B bomb site in the previous round, this time they take it slow. They've cleared out stairs. Elige and Twist working together to clear out bathrooms as well. Ooh, that flashbang is perfect. Oh, that timing is so good for Stewie. He's found an opening on Jackson. Even Lucky has to be very cautious in how he retreats, but they're going to go back for it. Second player meets up. Stewie is still aware of the possibility. Spam coming through as well. Nice coordination between Stewie and Naf. That's also what the analysts talked about. Liquid, so rare that they get caught with their pants down. They know exactly if they're seeing that push. Naf's at a completely different part of the map than Stewie, but they're still working together. Contingencies, everything they encounter.
Yeah, I mean, the setup between that grenade and the door, that was beautiful. That's the kind of art that we really like. 25 seconds now. Kenny, we talked a lot about him and his AWPing. Now is going to be the test, and he's not even going to be up to it. Nitro will take him down. Ready for it. Amanek in the corner, 15 seconds. He does get one more kill, and that's maybe going to delay things. That's the bomb. Oh, no. 10 seconds here. Liquid, they had it all lined up, but now Shox, a single kill will do it, and he's going to be flanking around, going for the bomb pump, but he does go down in the last second, and Lucky's going to be the save of the round. Wow.
I don't think it clicked fast enough that the bomb actually did get planted. That was right on the edge. That's a very nice triple kill from Amanek. I think Nitro thought he was inside of bathrooms. He took just a blind spam shot and just started moving forward. He did not realize that he was at that corner. A third round for G2.
Amanek saving the round here. 10 seconds.
Yeah, the time not being friendly. Nitro in another situation probably waits and is patient for Elige to turn that corner. But with the time running down, felt his hand was forced. Deep Molotov from the CT side, and plenty of nades being thrown to deter Kenny. That's a big win for Jax and Lucky. A double peek through Monster. They're going to find Nav.
I'd say as a minimum right now, and it won't be easy, but 8-7. That kind of a scoreline. G2 still obviously in it. 10,800 on Nav, 11,000 on Twist. They have such a bank to work with here. Lucky going to be picking up the kill. The grenade, he's probably going to be going down, but still. Oh, that's a turnaround for Twist. He gets the headshot on Jax. They were stood on top of each other inside of that tunnel, and now G2 really need to think this through. They've got the 2vs3. They got a massive health advantage. They have a Molotov and a couple of kits and everything. They're going to go down. Oh, actually does burn behind there, so that forces Nitro to fall back a little bit. There's still a 2-on-3 and Elige finding the perfect time to take down Amanek. It's all on Shox, and he's down on the low ground here, but they are just scattered. Staying hidden. He's going to get the one kill. If he goes quick to check the tunnel, he has a smoke. He can block that off. Maybe this can still work. He's going to put it on top of the bomb instead, and now he's waiting for it. He wants to see if he can fake them out. Gonna go.
The bomb's not planted for them to spam through. I don't know if they realize this. They're going to have to be dedicated. Elige goes out first, gets the kill. Nitro, he has the op.
Yes, he does. How do you shoot for the smoke? Shox now up at the high ground. Oh, he called the bluff. Nitro coming back in with the Glock and now turning around. I don't think there's going to be time for it. That is close for Shox, but it is not going to be close enough. They called the bluff right at the end.
Well, it took so long for him to clear out that first player and a lot of time, and that smoke starts dissipating, and then he just panics. And I mean, maybe not even panics. He just knows he can't get the defuse. I don't know how they find the kills needed when required. Great shots from Twist. Those were the 2 kills that opened up the entire bomb site. And that was a huge advantage for G2 in that round that they let slip away. 9-2-3 in the favor of Liquid. Kenny S once again. Trying to find something early on for his team. He hasn't created much for them just yet, but look at this play. Look at Amanek being aggressive. Elige not blind.
No, and that was cold. They saw that, Liquid. And now it feels like G2, whereas we love aggression, CT side aggression, but now it feels like they're doubling down on it. They're sort of trying to force the issue.
Kenny S is 1-5 in the opening duels that he's run into on this map.
Yeah, that really can't be happening. Around the corner, Shox there to back it up, but they're going to lose Lucky in the meantime, so still a 3-on-3. And Shox, he's being very aggressive. The M4 headshot will leave Twisted 10 health.
Ooh, Jax is in a point of danger, though. I wonder if that was heard. I think Stewie...
No.
They did not hear that. Oh, this is a perfect play. Stewie's jumping right down, goes for the fight. He had to commit to it. Smoke is going to make this even more awkward. How do you get through this now? He's close. Oh, that smoke is confusing. Somehow, they make it look easy, and it's all Kenny S. He struggled in openings, but if he can close here, that would be a monumental amount of impact for G2. Maybe get them back into this game, but they're waiting for his peak. The Molotov forces him into the open. He's been tagged. He's been slowed down. Where's the peak?
Returns for the flashbang. He's walking all the way close. I don't think they know that yet. And now they definitely know. They hear the thunder of that AWP, and they're going to double team him. Forget about the bomb and shut him down instead. That is actually very smart. 10-3, and Liquid is finding all the answers.
Yeah, Liquid was looking for that double peak. That was the fight they wanted to take. 10-3, a huge lead, and more importantly than the scoreline, Liquid is just making all the right decisions. 10-1 run.
It's hard to criticize that, isn't it? I can't really think of anything that we could point to for Liquid right now.
No, but I mean, as impressive as G2 has been at this event and as exciting as they've been, we knew coming into this matchup it was going to be, you know, a really tough battle for them, and we just knew, especially in a best-of-5 format, there are just going to be maps where they're outclassed on. This seems to be one of them.
Am I correct in saying as well that if Liquid win this, then they need to win one more for the Intel Grand Slam?
Correct. This would put them at 3.
Ooh.
They have, what, DreamHack Masters, IEM Sydney. They would have Pro League Finals, and then they would be in Chicago and Cologne.
Yeah. Wow. That's...
Now, where it really gets spicy is if they make it to the Grand Finals in Cologne, whoever they face against there will have the chance to get the $100,000 bonus for putting a stop and denying them the Grand Slam title.
You're right. And not that we have to get off track, but looking at the team lineup for Cologne, wow.
Yeah, might as well be a major.
Yeah, well, that's going to be really something, isn't it? 40 seconds left. Liquid running the clock kind of low. They didn't really do that a lot on Dust 2. They were happy to push a bit earlier, but they don't mind it here. They're right in front of the A-bomb side. Naf somehow getting caught there. Probably, you know, a little bit sleepy for waiting the whole round. 30 seconds, and Shox not being allowed to fall back, and that's going to be a big problem here. Bomb going to be going down once again. Amanek getting caught by Elige.
Liquid is so ready for these flanks. They suffered a lot to him on Dust 2, but now, as soon as they're taking bomb sites, one player is just spinning, and you can see, I think earlier in the half, you might see G2 saving this situation, but they need the rounds. They need the rounds so badly, and it's just not coming, so they have to try and fight for everything. And because of that, everything is taken from them.
Well, there it is, Moses. The red, white, and blue flying in, down here in France.
It's a beautiful sight.
Those guys in the front row, right in front of Liquid. They made the right choice coming in, Moses. I'm not gonna lie. They had a you know, I say, you know, a bit of a risk. People who are gonna be booing at you, all the rest of it, but right now they're getting paid off in full. 11-3, and moving into round number 15 here. Last of the half, and for G2, this is it's a disaster.
Oh, that is unfortunate. Kenny was spotted. He was blind. Nitro's. Oh no! What is up with all these flicks? Nitro had no business surviving that. Amanek has got to be so sad.
Yes. I mean, I don't know why we've had so many of them this tournament, but I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna wish that it goes away. It is entertaining.
If you're a Liquid fan. G2, not so much.
Yeah, if you're on the receiving end, that's bad news. Naf setting up for a smoke down here. Might just run the other way. He's going to commit to it. Fair enough. All the way onto the site. And actually, Stewie.
It's a nice...
timing is absolutely everything here, but Shox expecting to catch someone on the stairs and not that far up.
Liquid just has so much luxury. And you'll notice now that they're slowing things down because they realize the situation that G2 is in. No matter what's happened, you know, ever since Liquid has slowed it down, like every single round for G2 is just like, we have to buy what we can because we need the rounds. And Liquid know that. And Liquid also realize because of that, there's not going to be a whole lot of utility. So the slower you play it, like the least utility you have to go up against when you try and take a bomb site. A couple good kills for Jax right at the end is going to mean he's going to upgrade the weapon. And he's actually going to try and go for that now because of this. But Naf just waiting patiently.
Still, end of the half, I mean, should have had to do something, I guess. 12-3 in favor of Liquid. First half of the second map, a very, very strong opening. We'll see how it goes. Second half, we can go back after the break. Don't go anywhere.
Myself today, trying to make the pain go away. Sarah, I want to feel.
And we're back once again. It's G2 and Team Liquid here for the Pro League Grand Finals. And it's been a really, really rough second map so far for G2. Team Liquid are up 12-3 in the first half. That was on the T side as well on Overpass. So it's going to be very hard for them to bring it back if they even can at all.
Yeah, I'm not entirely convinced that they can. This is, we'll see. It's all going to start with a pistol, and they've at least been able to win those relatively consistently.
Make your money back.
Yeah, the odds are... I don't know. They don't say anything promising about G2, and here we go. B-Rush, essentially, but that's a good opening kill. Lucky to find that onto Elige. Going to continue forward, but now Twist gets a double kill. Adds a third to it. And Liquid, they want to shut it down. They want to get to the third map.
Quickly as well, you know. No one's stopping for like ice cream or anything like that. They're just down the road.
Listen, you can stop for ice cream on the way to the after party.
That's a good point. We are in France. Beautiful here in southern France as well. So, you could even be justified, Moses.
Yeah, the sun goes down very late here. You notice that?
Yes. I definitely do.
Not that we'd ever seen it. We're here casting Counter-Strike.
I don't know. You were telling me in the break, Moses, you thought it'd be easy comeback for G2. Tell me how.
Okay. Well, I mean, the first thing is you need Kenny. That's the start. He's been an absolute rock for this team, so consistent throughout this event. He's really, really struggling here on Overpass. 4-13. He hasn't been great in the opening duels. That's been a really tough part. Liquid's had his number, plenty of times. He's only got 28 ADR as well.
Yeah, so he really took a break after that first map.
And until he comes back, I mean, there's not really a point to talking about the rest of the things that G2 would need, because you have to have your star players. You have to have your consistent players. There's a flashbang for Elise to take a peek. Nitro with the flash assist.
Well, they're going to be walking in that tunnel. Stewie, though, good position with the M4. Get a kill, fall back down. They can't really chase you.
See the shadows.
See the shadows, yeah. And now they build it all up like this. Might not even be working out. Still, not a bad position. He's going to get the one kill there. And maybe a bomb plant if they're really quick about it.
No. Twist was hiding in the dirty water, and he just pushed forward immediately upon Stewie getting a kill. And is able to put the bomb back on the ground. So it's just Jax. He has that AK-47, the one that they invested in, and it hasn't fired a bullet yet in this round. So that's not ideal.
No, once you bought the bullets in the gun as well, you know, last part is the that's the whole setup, isn't it?
Is the shooting, yeah. You've got everything you want.
Good job, cameraman, finding a little bit for us. Nitro gonna win it. There was really no way. The time,
yes.
The fact that he didn't have the bomb, he was locked in. There's a lot of bad things happening all at once. 14-3. We need we need people that are more positive than you and I, Moses, to come up with a way that this could work. Who do we know that's like that imbued with like happiness and positivity? I'm thinking like,
well, I mean,
GDK maybe, or Nifty. I've never seen Nifty not be happy.
Yeah.
So
Sean's pretty positive as well.
Sean, yeah.
I'm not sure I've ever heard Sean say a negative
That's
thing.
true.
He's a believer to the end. You know what you really do need? I mean, it's on Reddit right now, and we've all seen it plenty of times, that inspirational speech, the pregame speech from Shox.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get that going.
They need that.
What if Shox just like played it on his phone and just put it up to the microphone and just called all 4 timeouts?
She says, I can't do better. Can't do better than that. Yeah, what a position to be in. Of course, best of 5 means that's the bonus, isn't it? If you have a map like this, then you've got like 1 more life left, but it still won't be easy. Yeah,
well, I mean, you can say that if you were to go 1-1, if you'd won Dust 2, right? But yeah, a map like this and you're down 0-2, gonna be a rough path for G2 either way. Lucky going for the entry, just narrowly misses the shot. Stewie comes back for more. He finds a second. Racks up some bonus money, and as you can see, G2 investing in every single round, but the trades aren't there. Stewie likely to go down here, but Nitro with the backup inside of the stairs. Bomb dropped on the landing, and Shox in a 1 versus 4 of his own, but he can't even get a bullet off. So 15-3, Liquid with 12 chances to close things out. I think they just do it right here, but finally you'll see some more powerful weapons come out for the French.
Yeah, Moses, what do you... I feel like she wasn't cheering 1 more round, surely. She had a Liquid jersey on, right?
Yes, she was.
Okay.
I have faith. All 4 of them chanting 1 more round. 15-3. And Naf's got the opening kill. Another good start in a round for Team Liquid. Finding that frag in Nitro, just tapping away, and he's gonna get out of there. About half HP, and so much aggression from Team Liquid. They're just so confident.
They really are. This is just a truly awe-inspiring performance for Team Liquid.
Now, what kind of sucks for G2 is maybe at this point, the one case you can make for a comeback is if Liquid gets a little crazy and just starts having a little bit more fun instead of staying focused, instead of playing fully serious and disciplined. But that's exactly what Team Liquid did yesterday against Mousesports on Nuke. So, I imagine they had a conversation after that game and said, let's not ever do that again.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Shox in a 1 versus 3 to try and, I don't know, push it a little bit further. It doesn't seem likely. And there's a further problem, further complication here, Moses, that we can't really brush over. It's the fact that the third map is Nuke. Looking at chat, I know that's already making you upset. That's going to be an issue. 35 seconds here for Shox, and he's picked up the bomb. It's a progress of a kind.
Listen, they did display some weakness on Nuke yesterday, so at least there's that, even if it was, a little bit of a strange situation. But
it was.
If you're grasping at everything right now, if you're G2, I believe Shox is still the winningest clutch player in terms of 1vx situations.
Could well be. This would be one for the history books. He's going to be walking in, gets a headshot on one. 10 seconds left. He's going to go straight for the bomb plant, but they're going to be right on top of him. There is no way out but death. It's going to be 16-3 as Liquid pick up map number 2 of the grand finals here, the ESL Pro League. And this is a performance unlike almost any we've seen before on this map, especially in the grand finals.
Yeah, what a blistering pace, which is good to see from Team Liquid, because we've seen them win some narrow trophies. At Sydney was a tough task for them. Fnatic taking them to all 5 maps. Here at Pro League, doesn't look like G2 can match the same effort. What a performance on Overpass. And it was a team performance. Twist and Nitro, 19 kills each. We're heading to a break, and then we'll hear from the analysts, and then we'll get on to Nuke.
Champions of ESL 1 Cologne.
Do you remember?
Welcome to the Cathedral of Counter-Strike.
Think you've seen it all?
Are you ready to be a part of Counter-Strike history?
ESL 1 returns to Cologne in 2019.
At the highest level of play, there can be no compromises. Gamers demand the highest clock speeds to give them the FPS they need to perform. Rise to the moment. Intel Core i7, the official CPU of the ESL Pro League. Game, record, stream without compromise.
Bon spectacle.
I've been there since the beginning. Every map, every frag, every moment. I run, but I never hide. With knowledge comes power, and power is to be wielded wisely. Which is why, as the expert, I bet with Betway. If you know CSGO, then you'll know the best way to bet on esports is with Betway, for the love of the game.
This is Game Fuel. It's domination in a can. Tastes like loser tears.
New Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
I'm laughing to myself 'cause I know that I can't deny. I can't find what you can't hide right inside.
keep it large, okay? Live it up. Cause it's fake, better give it up. Young, but I feel like I've seen enough. Numbers going up, better keep it up. Ain't slowing down, better live it up. About too hard, ayy. What about too hard? Ayy, what about too hard? Ayy, about too hard, yeah. I'm killing your favorite rapper with minimum effort. Yeah, your corpse getting severed. The industry dries the desert. Do whatever it is that you think that you're doing, I'm doing it better. Straight W's, that's my letter. Don't got no snakes, only ladders, ayy. They tryna figure out what's on our plate. Infinity sideways, we already ate. Skipping this basic, skipping this class, stay out of trouble, now I can relate. Nevertheless, again, I'm doing great. I just finished the scene, ain't no debate. You ain't my dog, you ain't my family, and sure as hell, you're not my mate. Yeah, I take my place at the summit. I can't wait till we counting them hundreds. I cannot lie, I ain't rich, yeah, but when I say my time coming, it's coming. And some of y'all got ahead of me, to be honest, I wasn't even running. But very soon, I'm gonna run it. I demand it, man, I want it. Push start, ayy. Ball so hard, ayy. Raise the bar, ayy. Turn into a star, ayy. Play my part, yeah. I aim too far. I do it big. I keep it large, okay. Live it up. Cause it's fake, better give it up. Young, but I feel like I've seen enough. Numbers going up, better keep it up. Ain't slowing down, better live it up. About too hard, ayy. What about too hard? Ayy, what about too hard? Ayy, about too hard, ayy. They not gon' like this. Don't like surprises. I cause a crisis. Man, I'm a scientist. With the music, I spice things up to my liking. Man, I want nice things, nice things. This not an AK, it's a Uzi. I pull up and shoot it to movie. I'm chasing the bag, not a coochie. Contest with the fake, now it's Gucci. Word of my nigga from the 021. You count 6 shots and I count 2 guns. Some people still think I rap just for fun, but soon they look up to me just like the sun. Yeah, you can come over here. Swear it's like no career. Swear you got no idea. Soon you'll have no career. Take a good look in the mirror. They need to know that I'm here. Don't you act like it ain't clear. Yeah, push start, ayy. Ball so hard, ayy. Raise the bar, ayy.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, Occitanie, Betway, Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, and PaySafe Card.
And a matchup that keeps on delivering. It's G2 that had absolutely nothing in their kettle to deliver. It was a really lacking affair there on their side of Overpass. It's actually Liquid that gets it done. Welcome back to the ESL Pro League Season 9 Finals, everyone. We need to break something down here because there wasn't a whole lot to look at from the G2 side, but perhaps we have something that you can take a look at. And with that, we have Chad. Do it.
Liquid just took G2 to school here, and we looked at those aggressive moves just before. Now, I want to point out a couple more. Look at the scoreline, 7-2. This aggressive play should have come in much earlier from the G2 roster. You're going to see an aggressive push coming out. We'll highlight this area. That's where Amanek's going to be pushing, and 2 players were pushing up long to be more like a sleeper cell ready to push out late and trade off of him. But meanwhile, the rush is just coming in towards the B bomb site. Kenny S isolated on the bomb site alone. He's about to be overwhelmed. As soon as he dies, this round is essentially over. We have another example of this as well here. They've gone aggressive again. Amanek pushing on his own with Kenny, up and close and personal. They get flashed off the line. Let's just highlight this. A flash is about to come in. Look at this. 2 players right here, completely blind. That's going to allow 1 member to push in here into playground. You're going to see that happen any second, but Amanek continues to push anyway. So he's going to come forward with the UMP. This is a desperate move. They're 9-3 down. They're getting absolutely destroyed right here. Elijah's ready for it. He dies, and this is too little, too late from the G2 roster. They didn't learn from last time, Trace.
No, they certainly didn't. There was absolutely nothing learned here except for the schooling that G2 was given there by Liquid. Guys, why was it so rough? Maniac, I'm looking at you. You're shaking your head in disappointment.
No, not a disappointment. I actually think Chad is a genius because he pointed out absolutely what was important. The score line, the aggression from G2 was reactive. G2 was being on the offense because they couldn't find solution. They were trying to take back the game. But when you do that, what happens is your opponent, they know it's going to happen. It's not the same as surprising them. You are on the back foot, you're on the defense, you're on a boxing match, and you're getting, left and right. That's not how it's supposed to be. You look at the opening frags, 14-5 for Liquid, and they started on the T side. Ouch. I mean, G2, they had the idea, okay, but just the execution was just not here.
Would you happen to agree, Jacob? Because I know there's not a whole lot of defense that can be given to G2 at this time, but I would love to hear what you've got to say.
No, I would definitely agree. I mean, it's always a problem when you find yourself being reactive instead of proactive, and I think that's a problem. We did highlight KNS as well. You know, he's been playing hearts out so far in this tournament. I called him out. You know, I wanted him to be more involved in the opening duels. He was. The problem for him, he was losing all of them this game. He was 1 for 7, and that's simply not good enough when you're supposed to be the MVP for your team. So individually speaking, G2 didn't show up. They didn't have the game plan in order to deal with Team Liquid, and I think we got to see right here and showcased pretty well what a beast Liquid can be. When they're playing at this level, not even Astralis would have been able to deal with this, I think, and that's, you know, just a victim for G2 right here.
Well, what is Astralis dealing with these days, Jacob?
That's a good question, Trace.
Sorry, man, you kind of put yourself up for that one. Look, we're going to keep the show rolling here
Cloud9
because...
won a major, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. I guess Astralis won a couple. Anyway, I know where this joke's going. Don't need to hear that because there is no Astralis today. And hell, there's definitely no Cloud9 today. What we do have is still a Liquid that are just one map away from grabbing this entire tournament, grabbing the big Season 9 trophy, and punching one more ticket there into the Intel Grand Slam. This young man, young, youthful Stuart 2K, Jackie Yip.
Worth noting is that he didn't, you know, have a hearts out game. He was not by far the best playing player right here, but he still had a lot of impact, and that's, you know, a theme that goes for Stuart 2K these days. He can have games where he's maybe only +1, +2 in kill death differential. But in this game, he was 4 for 5 in the opening duels, and that's what Stuart 2K does. Even when he's not playing up to his best, he still had a lot of impact for Team Liquid.
I agree, and you also have to consider when you win 16-3 and everyone is pretty much between +1 and +10, that's just a team victory. There was no one really on the side of Liquid that just destroyed or took the game over. The team was